Welcome back to the channel. We're headed back to another Cataclysm Gold farm. Be sure to grab yourself a potion of treasure finding, and then head on over to either the Western or Eastern Earth Shrine, depending upon your faction. While gathering the footage for this video, the potions were going for 190 gold apiece. You'll typically need to run this instance the full 10 times to ensure that the cost of the potion is worth the investment, so keep that in mind. There's a lot of RNG involved with the tiny treasure chests you'll be receiving. Not only is the chance of them dropping pretty low, but when you do get them, it's a bit of a crapshoot as to what they will contain. What each one is worth can vary greatly. If you're Horde, you'll find the Western Earth Shrine in Orgrimmar, and Alliance will find the Eastern Earth Shrine just outside of Stormwind. Once you arrive in Deepholm, head up to the entrance to Stonecore. In this dungeon, we're going to be receiving various types of volatile elements, ore, cloth, and some very cool looking transmog items. We're also going to have a shot at receiving the Stone Drake mount. For that reason, I recommend running the instance in normal mode, so you can kill up to the second boss without locking yourself to the instance. Be sure to drink your potion of treasure finding, and then get to killing. I missed the first pull in this video, but notice how I'm skipping the third group of mobs here and then coming back for them. Skipping them is the best way to ensure you get to kill the dozen or so mobs up ahead. If you don't skip that third pull, the little gnome will zoom ahead and blow a hole in the wall that will kill them. If you stick around to the end, I've got a couple of rare spawns I'll be covering. One will drop a couple of epic BOEs and a pattern, and the other will drop a mount. If you enjoy content like this, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It's a great way to share the love, which I'll most definitely appreciate. If you have mining, there are various mobs in this dungeon that have a chance of producing elemental earth, elementium ore, and gems, so mine them to boost your non-transmog related gold making. I'm going to be skipping some of the trash mobs, as they're a little too spread out for my liking, but feel free to kill them. I've run this instance quite a few times, and I'm kind of in mount grinding mode at this point. According to Wowhead, the Stone Drake mount only has a 0.7% chance of dropping, which means we could be in for quite the grind. The other mount I mentioned, which drops off a rare spawn in the Deepholm zone, is a guaranteed drop, but finding that rare spawn could be quite the challenge. Slabhide, which is the second boss seen here, is the mob you're likely going to be killing over and over again for that Stone Drake mount. Luckily, Blizzard was kind enough to put a portal to the beginning of the instance, right behind the location where we'll be killing him, which we'll be using to help maximize our efficiency. Unless you're in full mount mode, I recommend running ahead and killing all of the mobs up to the next boss. There are quite a few trash mobs, some of which are fire elementals, which have a chance of dropping volatile fire. That third boss will also drop some gems when you use your mining ability on him. There are some pretty cool looking transmog items that drop from within this dungeon. I highly doubt I'll get anywhere near 658k for this crossbow, but it's pretty sick looking. If you're wondering, that price is indeed the cheapest asking price for that item on the auction house. This is the last room we'll be farming, so let's shoot back up to that portal I was talking about. Now, just head out of the instance and reset. Let's speed things up and see where we're at after a little over 20 minutes of farming. Don't forget to stick around for those rare mobs. I'm only able to find one of them, but I do get a few decent drops. So there you have it. Over 710k in just over 20 minutes. It's highly unlikely I'll get anywhere near that for the items I looted. I'm not all that into managing a huge inventory of transmog items, so I'll be disenchanting anything that isn't selling for at least 800 gold. I recommend vendoring all of the BOP blues you get from the bosses, as the shards you'd get for disenchanting them are pretty much worthless. Now to the rare mobs I promised. I only caught the tail end of this kill of Xariona, but check out the loot. The robe looks to be going for 15k, so let's hope it sells. Just like the other Cataclysm bosses, it seems to be common to get 2 BOE epics and 1 recipe for each kill. You'll find this boss circling the rock ring hovering at the center of Deepholm. Hunters are going to have a huge advantage here, as they're able to track Dragonkin. Given the variables related to respawn times and locations of both Xariona and Aeonaxx, I'm likely going to level a hunter just to increase my chances of getting the mount pictured here. Good luck, my friends. Here's to hoping that you get the Vitreous Stone Drake mount to drop on your first run, and that both the world boss and the rare mob both spawn while you're waiting for your instance locks to clear. Have an amazing day.